The last week has been a great time for me when it comes to games. With E3 on the horizon, the anticipation is at an all-time high with rumours of a Dark Souls 3, the announcement of XCOM 2, oh damn it looks so good, but most of all, the astronomically exciting reveal trailer for Fallout 4. Oh damn it looks incredible. But hey, rely on snobby tech nerds to ruin it all for us. Firstly, I'll get this out of the way. The trailer is nostalgic, intriguing both on a narrative and explorative point of view, and there's a lot to talk about. But I've been meaning to talk about this topic for quite some time, so I thought I'd open the floor to this discussion. Graphics do not make a game. Yeah, you've heard this one before. A complaint that's been spiralling around about Fallout 4 is how last gen it supposedly looks. People have pointed out that the characters look plastic, the textures are either flat or stretch, especially around the dog, the particle effects are low resolution, and overall the game looks bland from a technological perspective. While I'm inclined to agree given that I work with game design on a regular basis, I believe these comments are unfair in context to the wider scope of the game. But putting critical render analysis aside, who actually cares? The thing about visual storytelling is that you create the illusion of a world and immerse the player within it. Game designers take various technical routes to achieve an effective visual mood, but within the constraints of their game engine. The thing is that players don't commonly know these things, and even people that do should have respect for the fact that there are design limitations. Don't get me wrong, audiences are far more sophisticated today than they were 10 years ago, so creating the illusion is far more difficult. The truth is that just because we're in a new generation of gaming doesn't necessarily mean that the technology is completely there. It's easy for the Order 1886 to look both technically and visually impressive, but the fact that it's restrictive, linear, and completely directed by the designers means that any sense of enjoyment or fun is completely abstracted. It is pretty to look at, sure, and even up close the textures remain sharp and consistent, but it's a really boring game to play, and its look-don't-touch persona makes it completely soulless. But this isn't a review of the Order 1886, so let's get back to topic. What does make a game on a visual level, however, is how it uses the elements of style and aesthetic to capture the desired mood, atmosphere, and emotional tone, and Fallout 4 does it in a variety of ways. The harsh desert looks intensely hot and dehydrating, the ominous noir-esque streets infer to something mysterious and sinister, the foggy radiated areas look intimidating and dangerous, and overall the wide variety of tones make the game look filled with distinct and unique environmental narratives to explore. What it shows is that how you use colour, lighting, design, and layout to achieve the right artistic visualization makes the game far more pleasing to the player. Being in a technologically rich world is one thing, but drain it of these principles, you're left with something that feels bland, uneventful, and ultimately unengaging to the player. Sleeping Dogs was the game I highly defended when it came out, as while it didn't have the most technically pleasing design, its visuals were still appropriate to their genre and style. It's something I feel that's lost in today's gaming community. We so desperately try to search for greater technological advancement rather than simply hope for better game design and experiences that mean something to us. There always seems to be a civil war between those who care so much about the technology versus those that care so much about the game itself. Honestly, from my perspective, just because we jump into a new console or platform doesn't automatically mean that we should force technology that simply isn't there. Yes, we have the capabilities to achieve advanced game design, but developers still struggle on a regular basis to make these advancements actually work. On a technical level, what Bethesda aims to achieve with games like The Elder Scrolls and Fallout is an ambitious sense of intimacy. The sense of scope and scale has been an intrinsic component to RPGs, with The Witcher 3 being a brilliant example, but that feeling of being overwhelmed by the wider world, or better so, finding yourself lost in that world, makes the experience even more emotionally exhilarating than before. In my brutally honest perspective, there is a major lack of empathy when it comes to the fans and the community that formulate the culture of the particular story or franchise they so love. We demand so much, and when developers struggle to achieve these wants, the response is usually hate-filled rather than understanding. Of course, this is within reason to who's actually making the game. So, calm down. Stop looking at the negatives and just wait for the full picture to be developed. That sounded a lot more poetic in my imagination. I might just lock that up with the rest of my opinions.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.